Egyptian revolution, we were in Tahrir Square for 18 days, day and night, day and night. And Mubarak didn't want to go. He used power and bullets. Thousands were killed in Tahrir Square, men and women. And thousands were injured. I went to hospitals, and the police of Mubarak wanted to blind Egyptian young people. They shoot it at their eyes. So many of the young men and women who were in Tahrir Square with me lost at least one eye. So they were brutal. But he, at the end, resigned and left. And then he appointed the High Military Council. This is wrong, he should not, because he was supposed to be out of power. How can you say, well, I'm leaving, and the High Military Council will take over? And we allowed that. This was a mistake of the revolution. So what happened? That there was a backlash and against women, against the poor. We were demanding, our slogan in the revolution was justice, economic, social justice, dignity, and freedom. Nothing happened because we made a mistake. And now we are fighting back against the military, against the temporary government. The temporary government, most of them are Mubarak men and women. And the media, I'm still censored in the media in Egypt. You see? So this happened also to the French Revolution. It's not unique. In all revolutions in history, there is counter-revolution. And as young people, most of the creative people who are revolutionary are a bit naive, you know, children. We have, me, myself, I was not aware that this will happen, you know. So we believe, and also we believe, we trust people. So when they say, okay, Mubarak left, everything will be okay, so we believe them. And then we go home. Now we learn. So we go back to the streets. So, and especially there is a backlash against women's rights. And now we are establishing, in fact, I should not be here, I should be in Egypt, because my absence is very bad, because we have a lot of work to do. And one of our main goals or dreams to have the Egyptian Women Union, because without unity, we will have nothing. In fact, we removed Mubarak because of our unity. 20 million men and women were in the streets when he resigned. So we want to bring them back. And we want also women to be united, because the revolution is still patriarchal and class. It's mainly middle class, and mainly men. So the women question is not prominent. So we are organizing women now to have power, so that we will force. Did I answer your question? Okay. You know, this is psychology and psychiatry. When somebody is in prison for a long time, and then you open the door, they don't go out. They are afraid to go out because they are used to oppression. Women are more afraid. Mothers are more afraid. You know, if you look to our homes, who oppress women? Who oppress daughters? Women. The father, I made the same mistake when I was a child. I thought that my father with me, because he didn't punish me directly. It says my mother who punished me directly. But so my mother was the tool of my father to punish me. You see, that's patriarchy. Patriarchy used women and poor to punish people. And women are oppressed, and that's why many women, in fact, I am not very hated by men that like women. I was punished by women because I was fighting for their freedom, and my freedom too. But because they were afraid to go out of the cage, to go out of prison, they punished me. They hated me because they were afraid of freedom. And I reminded them of their prison, of their oppression, and they want to forget that. Because they want to forget about oppression and prison, and just to live. So I can understand. They are one, divine power and political power are one. In ancient Egypt, the Pharaoh, Ramses, he was the god and the president of Egypt. And then there was a split. You have here what we call secularism. You separated between religion and state, but this was only during the Middle Ages. But divine power and political power were one, and they are still one. They are still one if we really look deeply into politics. George Bush, when he declared war against Iraq, he was carrying the Bible. Why? You know, all presidents, all the governments, all people in power, they use God to oppress people and to control them. Without that, we cannot control. And that's what religion survives. Why religion survived till now? Though when I read the three holy books, read a lot of contradictions, a lot of inhumanity, a lot of oppression to women, a lot of racism, because it allows you to kill the other. If I am a Christian, my God allow me to kill the Muslim, or the Jew. If I am a Muslim, my God allow me to kill the other. So racism in religions, oppression of women in all religions. But people stick to religion. Why? Some people get rid of it. It needs courage. I was put on the death list for years because I was talking like that in Cairo. And I felt that if we don't have this courage, we will have a lot of blood. We will have a lot of blood. Because the history, human history is full of blood because of religious conflicts. You know, in Europe here, there was a conflict between the Protestant and the Catholic. A lot of blood between different sects of Christianity, killing each other. The same in the history of Islam. Shia and Sunnah, killing each other. Israel, you know, now they want to make the conflict between Israel and the Palestinians and the Arab religious, as if it is a conflict between Judaism and Islam, which is not true. It's a conflict over land, over resources, over oil, over money. What is democracy? Democracy means freedom and equality. Can you have democracy when half the society is hungry? Can you? Democracy is not just freedom of speaking. We need freedom of speaking to have economic equality, to have social equality, to have sexual equality, to have material equality. If God is not just, he should not be God, you know, because God is justice. So democracy means justice, means freedom, means equality. But patriarchy and class, the capitalist patriarchal system, is based on division, divide and rule. So they divide democracy, they put it somewhere like that, related to elections, what they call free elections. I haven't seen free elections in any country. I was living in Atlanta while Obama was doing his election campaign. I spent 3 years in Atlanta, and he was in the campaign. This was 2006, 7, 8, and 9. So I witnessed the campaign. It was based on money. Money. He was raising funds all the time from companies, capitalist companies, Wall Street, and all that. That's why he is a prisoner to them. Why Obama is paralyzed? Though he is a very good writer. I read all his books. He's a very good person, very good writer, very good human being. But he is distorted, and he is paralyzed by the money, by the Wall Street money, who elected him. So is this democracy? Can you call this free elections? No. I want just to clarify, because we were, during January, men and women were together. And until Mubarak left, and then the High Military Council came, and then March 8 came, March. So we wanted to celebrate International Women's Day in Cairo, in Tahrir Square. And many young men who participated in the revolution, and many women who participated in the revolution were together. And they went to Tahrir Square, and both of them were harassed by the gangs of Mubarak. Because some people wrote in the global media that women were attacked by men, and they didn't clarify who were the men. They thought it was the revolutionary young men who harassed the girls, which is not true. Because in Tahrir Square, we were living together under tents. I saw young women sleeping the night in tents with young men whom they don't know. And not a single harassment happened. Not a single harassment happened in Tahrir Square. But after that, on 8 March, the people who were ruling the country, pro-Mubarak people, gave orders to the police to go and harass, but not with their uniform. They came to Tahrir Square, harassed the women, and they harassed the men also. They harassed both men and women and beaten them. And girls were taken by the order of the High Military Council, where the policemen, the disguised policemen, they took the girls and inspected their virginity. Maybe you read about that. They humiliated them and inspected their virginity. But this was by the orders of the High Military Council and the pro-Mubarak people. So it was not the revolutionary men, because in fact, I tell you, the Egyptian Women Union is established. Half of the members are men. And we have meetings in my home. And half of them are young men, brilliant. And they are very enthusiastic about the Egyptian Women Union and working with us day and night. And I'll give you the contact. In fact, our coordinator is a young man. I'll give you his name, and because he is taking care of the Facebook. We are using the Facebook and Twitter and everything. So if you want to contact us, the Egyptian Women Union, give me your email. I'll give it to our coordinators. We have a coordinator committee. Some of them are men. And the main coordinator is a man, is a young man. What can you do for us? You can do a lot. You can do a lot. But you have to be creative. I cannot tell you. I cannot tell you. You think, what can we do for each other? And what can we do for you also? Because I am against charity. I am against upper hand and lower hand, that the upper hand give the lower hand. No, we are equal. We need equal exchange, so we can support you and you can support us. But how can you support us? Think about it. It's not just only giving money, because many of the funding agencies, they give money to NGOs, and they corrupt them. And they corrupt them by money. So we need support. Moral support, political support, creative support, and money support. This will come at the end. And also tell us how can we have equal exchange? Because we live in one world, not three worlds, one world, not three. And we are oppressed by the same system. Men and women here in this hall, you are also oppressed by patriarchy and capitalism and class and everything, and bad education. So we must work together. Women, we called ourselves in our Arab Women Solidarity Association that was banned by Mubarak. And the Egyptian Women Union, we tried to establish the Egyptian Women Union many times. It was banned by Suzanne Mubarak and Bahar Mubarak, by Sadat and Jihad Sadat, the wife of Sadat and the wife of Mubarak. They banned the Egyptian Women Union. You know, you see, though they were known here as feminists. So we called ourselves historical socialist feminists. We called ourselves historical. Why? Because many women in Europe and in the States, they thought we are westernized, that we are feminists because we imitate them. And we said, no, I became a feminist when I was a child. What is feminism? My grandmother was a feminist, the peasant. Our female goddess Isis was a feminist. So we were inspired by our history. So that's why we call it historical. We are historical feminists. We are not westernized. Number two, we say we are socialists because we are against class oppression, against capitalism and feudalism. And then we say feminists because we are against male domination. But, of course, we were connected more to the socialists, to the men socialists and Marxists, because they were against class, but they were blind to patriarchy. Many of the men who called themselves Marxists and socialists were blind to gender problems. And they said, okay, we can get rid of class oppression and then women will be. It's not true. Nothing is automatic. They thought women will be liberated automatically. This is a big lie, because they were blind. Marxists were blind to gender. And even Karl Marx himself was blind to gender oppression. So the point is, we should fight together, men and women, together, with no separation. In all our world, we have men, progressive men. I don't believe in women only. Just feminist movement with women against men. No, we don't agree to that.